So Brian F. Wilson is the founder and CEO of AIM Education LLC, a company that offers school and private tutoring specifically designed to meet the needs of Black American students.
So the school is the Wilson Academy, and people can go on thewilsonacademy.org and find out more information about us. So we're a K through 12 private institution. And I would say the core of our students would be either high achiever or gifted students. And that's because we are able to group students based on ability and not just what grade they're in. So we have a STEM focus, but also a financial literacy focus in our program. So it kind of separates us. And our students have been able to do exceedingly well in that regard. So we're K through 12. And a year from this July, we'll be opening in Soweto, a campus there as well. You know, as you know, I'm very invested in South Africa, but also we're preparing to do some great work in Ghana, a project that I can't really talk about in great detail, but you'll see shortly. I'm really excited about that work in Ghana. We have some things where we'll get over to Kenya. I'm excited about that. You know, this past year, we've been around Botswana, Namibia. Like it's exciting to me. The organization that I guess a lot of people know me from now is How We Fight. And that's when we're outlining our 2-point plan. And the goal is to create consequences to the issues that are facing us. So when the police officers are killing unarmed Black people in the streets, the reason we keep seeing this happening is because we can't really offer any consequences. So what we focus on primarily is creating economic consequence. So that's the biggest part of our mission. The difference now is our Black communities that have prominence, they're not connected. So I live in Atlanta, and there's a lot of money in Atlanta. There's a lot of Black money in Atlanta, but it's not collective, right? So there's just individuals, just Black individuals that have resources. But because those resources aren't pooled together in a strategic way, it's hard to see the growth of the community overall. So what I always talk about, and what we talk about at How We Fight is that economic impact through investing in our own communities. Now, our initial movement, it surrounds people only shopping or buying from Black-owned restaurants. And we chose that as an initial thing because everyone could participate. Right? If you think back, the first time you probably got money as a little kid was because someone gave you some money to get something to eat. So we wanted to choose something that had a broad range of participation so that everybody can get involved. And it's worked great. And you see people around the country sharing lists of Black-owned restaurants. Because in some areas, I'm blessed here in Atlanta that there are quite a few Black-owned restaurants. But that is not necessarily the case in other states. And certainly around the world. So the premise is that we want to make investing in our own become habitual. So it's not just about the restaurants. We just use that as an initiative to get everyone involved. And then we have to evolve. And this is a marathon and it's not a sprint.
What is wrong with All Lives Matter? What is wrong with that?
So I gave an example. First of all, pretty much every white person should know by now that we consider that in the Black community to be an insult. And it's almost like the Confederate flag, if you're familiar with the Confederate flag here in the States. It's not that, so some people's argument would be, well, it's not about slavery and racism, it's about our history. But that's what your history is based on. So it is a representative of a history in which we had no rights. That's the issue of it.
But a history also that cannot be erased.
Correct. So now this has become a symbol of inequality. So when you talk about all lives matter, the problem is that, first of all, we understand that all life matters, but that's our whole point. It doesn't seem to matter when it comes to Black life. That is the whole point. Actually, we're on the same page. Just like if the fire department comes to your neighborhood and there's a house in your neighborhood that's on fire, and the fire truck is trying to put the water on that house that's on fire, and you say, wait a minute, my house is important too. He says, your house isn't on fire. Yeah, but my house matters. Put water in my house.
Just tells it in case the fire comes this way.
Right, that's what we're doing. So what we're saying is, I understand you have a house. Our house is on fire. So when we're saying Black Lives Matter, we're trying to get you to understand that, yeah, that's what we need you to understand, that Black Lives Matter. You're not getting that. That's it. That's it. So it's an insult when you come back. It's a deflection. And the thing of it is getting Black people to understand that there's a nation of us. See, we're so isolated here. It's funny. It's on the continent, we're the physical majority, but because of colonialism, in many areas, we feel disenfranchised. Over here, we're the physical minority, but we also feel disenfranchised, even though we have in our pockets, because of the strength of the US dollar, more resources than many African countries. So what we've got to do is take the dollar that we have, it's a simple concept, and we have to be able to infuse and build on our land and retake the continent of Africa.